Okay, Paul, I looked at the calendar, and the calendar says we're in summer.
Yes.
And then I looked outside, and I had conflicting views.
Right. So June gloom is a thing for San Francisco. Temperatures, though, were about 5 or 6 degrees below average in the city and much farther below normal farther inland. It's the presence of this little ripple in the atmosphere overhead keeping temperatures cool. There's just literally less atmosphere directly over the Bay Area. So that allows the marine layer to become much deeper. It is going to be a factor for the next several days. In fact, let's take a look at the temperature trend as we look towards Livermore, one of the inland spots that is going to experience more of a warm-up as we head through the next 10-day time frame, which takes us through the end of June next Friday and into the first weekend in July. And you can see this climb that we are going to experience. The coolest day that we have in sight is going to be tomorrow. Not much of a warm-up as we head through the weekend into next week, still running several degrees below normal, but back up to near average highs by Wednesday and Thursday and slightly above average high temperatures Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, at least for inland parts of the Bay Area. Here is the marine layer. It is deep. It has swallowed up Sutro Tower already. It's going to expand across the bay as we head through tonight. Here are those temperatures for the first full day of summer. Again, it feels more like April 83rd as opposed to June 22nd. Low 60s in San Francisco and Pacifica, only upper 60s for Santa Rosa and Hayward. Low to mid 70s for the warmest spots in Livermore and San Jose. That's it. Nobody even close to 80, much less 90. We're going to see reduced visibility, at least patchy fog across the Bay Area with a lot of low cloud cover. So it's a matter of whether or not those clouds are sitting right at ground level in the form of fog or whether just a little bit off the ground, keeping skies gray. Either way, it's a gray start to the day. The fog and low clouds are going to back up towards the coast as we head towards late morning. But along the coast, you're going to have a tough time getting rid of those lingering clouds, not just tomorrow, but over the weekend and into early next week as well. Temperatures tonight dropping down to the low to mid 50s. We're going to warm up only to the low to mid 60s around the bay with temperatures mostly in the low 70s inland, well below normal for late June. Let's zoom in for a closer look. Near 60 degrees along the coast, upper 60s and low 70s down the peninsula and around the south end of the bay with low to a few mid 70s inland in the Santa Clara Valley. The warmest spots far inland in the East Bay, 75 and 76 degrees in Antioch and Brentwood. That's it. Right around 70 for much of the Tri-Valley, just a couple degrees warmer in Livermore. Low 60s in San Francisco, mid to upper 60s for Oakland and the East Bay. Also, mostly upper 60s for the North Bay. You'll be some of the cooler spots for inland parts of the Bay Area until you go much farther north, but even Windsor and St. Helena staying in the lower half of the 70s. Don't hit the upper 70s until you go farther into inland Mendocino County and Lake County. Looking ahead to the weekend, temperatures aren't going to be a whole lot warmer in San Francisco, so the Pride Parade is going to be on the cool side. Temperatures in the upper 50s as the parade kicks off at 10:30. A few peaks of sunshine glimmering through as we head past noon into early afternoon, but temperatures only warming up into the low 60s in the city for that second half of the weekend. A very slow warming trend next week. Back up closer to normal temperatures around the bay by Wednesday and Thursday. The warm-up is going to be much more noticeable as you get away from the water. From the upper 60s in the North Bay to the low 80s by Thursday. Low 70s in San Jose tomorrow. Low 80s a week from today. Temperatures inland in the East Bay, a similar climb. Not as much of an increase right along the coast, but at least you'll see a little more sunshine by late next week with temperatures climbing a bit farther into the 60s.